What is going on, guys? Jack has got your back. Welcome to my ultimate GTA Grand Theft Auto tier list video. So, with the recent leaks of GTA 6 hitting the interwebs over the past couple of days or so, I felt like it was time to do a tier list in Grand Theft Auto. So without further ado, let's kick right into this. So we've got, I think, around 18 games. I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Right, so we got 18 GTA games to go through on this tier list. So, Original GTA started, I think when did this come out? 1997? I think this game came out in 1997, so this is already 25 years old. Oh my god. So, yeah, I've played a little bit of this. I'm getting right into this. I played a little bit of this back in the day on the original PlayStation. As you can see, it's rated M for mature. I can't imagine why. But yes, I played this originally on the PS1 back in the day, and didn't know what it was about because, again, I was probably like about 5 or 6 when I first played this one. But all I was doing was just driving around the city and like just running over people. That's all I did. But I think this came out on the PlayStation Classic. This thing. It came out on this not too long ago. Actually, when did this come out? I think it came out like 2018, that Classic. So I originally, I booted it up again just to see if it still holds up. It doesn't hold up at all. But yeah, I didn't mind it, but I don't really have very fond memories of this one. So I think without further ado, I'm gonna kick this right off and put this in the C category. So your opinions may change. Your whole tier list might change. So I'd love to hear your opinions, whatever, in the comments below. Please do that. Please. But yes, so yeah, GTA, or the original Grand Theft Auto, I'm going to put it in the C category because I remember playing bits of it and then I went back to it and it doesn't hold up. So if you were living in like 1997 and you played that game around that time, that's probably the best time to play it. Don't play this game recently. Do not play this game at all nowadays. Just don't do it. Alright, so GTA 2. So GTA 2, very, very similar to the original Grand Theft Auto, but this takes place in the future, even though like you can see the taxis and like the whole cars, the whole setup looks very 1990s. The actual atmosphere and the whole vibe of it was like, I want to say the 2020s, I want to say, but nope, hasn't changed. It doesn't reflect this. But yeah, it went for like a futuristic motif, but it was still very, very similar to Grand Theft Auto 1. But if I'm not mistaken, in this one, you had actual proper missions to do. Because in the original Grand Theft Auto, you had basically rampages. I think it was only rampages. But in GTA 2, they really started to go with like a more, I say, narrative. Even though like the first... Even this one, even like the first 3 games were top-down, like bird's eye view, like very 2D bird's eye 16-bit kind of gameplay. Yeah, they really tried to go for like a narrative sort of a vibe with this one, and it's rated T for teen. As you can see, it's actually lower than the original Grand Theft Auto. That's madness. But yeah, this actually had, I don't know if it had voiced over dialogue, I'm not too sure, but I remember seeing the what do you call it, there was like a short movie or like the intro for GTA 2 with using real actors and all that. It was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have very fond memories of this one. Again, I played it a little bit, but like it went way past my head because I was just a little wee lad, so it just went over my head. But there you go. Yeah, I'm going to put these in the C category. Again, they might change for you. Do let me know. Right, so Grand Theft Auto Mission Pack number 1, London 1961, and then there's also 1960... Wait, did I say 1969 or 61? I actually don't know. But there's 69 and there's also 61. But yeah, this was kind of like your first proper DLC for Grand Theft Auto, or any type of game really. So as you can see, it requires, oh my god, what's that? Grand Theft Auto disc to operate. Dope. But yeah, like I have never played this one, and again, plays very similarly to the other Grand Theft Auto games, as in, or the ones that came before it, like very top down. But you know, I think this one actually had, I don't know, like narrative moments in it or what, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I have never played this one, so I couldn't tell you. I don't actually remember seeing any gameplay for it, but yeah, I think it was just all based in 1969. You had, you know, the good old, you know, the London East End gangs and all that. I mean, that's all it basically was. This was like a prototype for The Getaway. Does anyone remember The Getaway? Oh, so good. So good. Why don't we have that game digitally anymore? Please make it happen. Right. So yeah, that's like the 2D, old 2D style games out of the way. We've got a couple more, but other than that, I mean, that was like your originals. Right, Grand Theft Auto 3, the birth of the 3D open world landscape for all gaming moving forward. So, yeah, this game came out in 2001, so this is 21 years old. Just let that sink in just a little bit. Yeah, so this came out 2001, and how old was I? I think I was 6. I was 6 when this came out. My brother had this one on PS2, and I would just watch him play it. I would literally watch him like playing. I would literally watch him play this game, do the missions, and just have a good old time in like the 3D Liberty City space. But then, like down the line, when I got my own PS2 and all that, I basically was handed over. I was given the baton of this game from my brother, and I really liked this game. This game was very, very good. If you were to go back to this, we'll get to it. If you were to go back to this nowadays, I still think it still holds up. It's very bare bones, like open world-esque, like Grand Theft Auto. This was the birth of like open world 3D games. So it definitely shows, but you know, it's still a good time. It still kind of holds up to this day. But I think without further ado, I'm gonna have to put this in probably the A category for moi. Yes, I'll put that in the A category. I really, really liked GTA 3. Really, really liked GTA 3. Again, we'll get to nowadays, but yeah, for the time, and also, you know, going back to this game narratively and all that, I still think it's a good time. The first mission that you do, you get like thousands of dollars. That changes drastically as we progress through the landscape of Grand Theft Auto. So I think going backwards, if I'm not mistaken, it's either GTA 2 or Grand Theft Auto 1. One of these has 3 islands in it. It has Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas. So that was kind of like the stepping stone of like the different locations that Rockstar would visit in all of their games. So, you know, it paves the way. Yeah, we could do this one. So Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. So this game came out in 2005 on the PSP, then 2006 on the PS2. So it got ported to the PS2. This was like your, I wouldn't say the first portable Grand Theft Auto game, but it was a step in the right direction when it comes to portability for Grand Theft Auto and just games in general. Yeah, so this takes place in 1992. I think 1992, or it could be actually 1998. 1998, yeah, because there's another game that takes place in 1992. This takes place in 1998, Liberty City. This kind of uses the exact same assets and whole map of Liberty City that was in GTA 3. But, you know, it was a totally new protagonist. So in GTA 3 you had Claude. In this game you had Tony Cipriani. There we go. Yeah, Tony Cipriani in this one, who was one of the guys that gave you missions in GTA 3. You basically worked for the mob, oh my god, the Salvatore family, and basically going from a nothing to pretty high up in the family, doing odd missions here and there for different people and all that. But yeah, I had this on PS2, and if I'm not mistaken, this got the what do you call it? This got ported again on PS3. But I think that game was a buggy mess. I think, what I've been hearing, it was like a really buggy mess. If you were to ask me, like, what happens in this game now, like, I don't know, because, like, it's been quite some time since I've actually played this game, and I've got, like, a totally legitimate PS2/PSP system. So if I can somehow get my setup to run my totally legitimate system as well as streaming at the same time, I might check out this game on stream for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put it in the B category because it's not as good as GTA 3. Excuse me, in my opinion. It's like average. It kind of sits in the average mark for me, definitely. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna put that there. But if I can find a way to get my totally legitimate system to work and also my streaming setup to run smoothly, buttery smooth, I might actually do this on stream. But we'll see. I have other like Grand Theft Auto games to do on stream. Right, so this one, oh my god, this was a weird one. So GTA Chinatown Wars. This takes place in Liberty City again, but this takes place in like the Grand Theft Auto 4 version of Liberty City. And this was kind of going back because this game came out on PSP and also Nintendo DS. I had this game on the Nintendo DS. So you had like the stylus, you know, the little pen to do various tasks in this game. When did this game come out? I want to say 2011 or 2012, something like that. This game came out. But yeah, you use the stylus to make Molotov cocktails at the gas station, or you open up a briefcase and then you have to kind of put pieces of the sniper rifle together, and then you have to like slide the stylus to the left to like to cock it, so there's like a bullet that goes into the barrel and all that. Oh my god, this game was revolutionary. I liked this game. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking liked this game. Yeah, this was kind of going like for a 2.5D approach. So this was again like bird's eye, but it was on an angle. So it was like 2.5D bird's eye view. It was very good though. I must admit, I really liked this game. So many fond memories of just like going around and carrying a GTA game in my pocket. So good. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the A category. I had such a blast with this game, for sure. If I were to come back to this game, it'd probably be on my totally legitimate system via the PSP version of this game. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind coming back to this for a stream. We'll see. We shall see. All right, so we are 6 games in. Yes, we are 6 games in. Right, this one, Grand Theft Auto, Game Boy Advance. I couldn't tell you what this game is. I think this again was like your top-down, bird's eye view sort of game, GTA game, and I think this takes assets and the map from GTA 3. This game came out in 2003 or 2002, something like that. But I never owned this game, so I couldn't tell you anything that happens in it. I think the main protagonist was Nick. But yeah, I couldn't tell you because I never actually owned this game myself. So yeah, it'll go in the busted category. But yeah, like I've never played this game, so it lives there. Right, Grand Theft Auto 4. This game came out in 2008. So this game is like 14 years old. Just let that sink in. 14 years old. So I was 13. I was 13 when this game came out. And this basically does like, I want to say like a soft reboot of like the whole Grand Theft Auto system, mythology, lore, something like that. This basically soft reboots it. It takes place in Liberty City, like at the time modern day Liberty City, and yeah, I mean this completely changes the aesthetic of like the map and all that, because it kind of makes it feel like New York. So you've got Broker. Broker was on the top right of the map. That was kind of like your Brooklyn. Was it called Staunton Island? I actually don't remember that middle island. That was kind of like your Manhattan. It wasn't Alderney or the other one. Fuck. I actually don't remember the actual names of the islands. I remember them from GTA 3. I don't actually remember these ones all that well. But I had a blast with this, and I actually wouldn't mind going back to this for a stream. I actually wouldn't mind doing a playthrough on this on stream. You play as Niko Bellic, and you get like a phone call from your cousin. Let's go bowling. No, you get a phone call from your cousin saying like, you know, he's made a life for himself in Liberty City. You should come over and we'll hang. Then it turns out he's just been yanking your chain. He's not all that he is, and you basically start from the bottom, then you work your way up to the top and grab money and do odd jobs for people. I liked it. I really liked this one. But does it get the take the cannoli? No, it doesn't. Or does it? Oh, does it? Ooh, does it? I don't think so. It kind of just misses out, I would say. Don't get me wrong, I still liked playing this game. I really digged GTA 4, but I don't know. It kind of goes there for me. It kind of goes there. Right. So moving on. So this is Grand Theft Auto 4: The Lost and Damned. This was like the first expansion for GTA 4. This game came out a year later. I think this game came out. Well, I say game. This DLC came out a year later in 2009 or 2010. 2009. I want to say 2009. This one. Yeah, I liked this one. This was okay. It was very short. It was only like 20 something missions, whereas GTA 4 I think had something on the regions of around about. It was either 60 something or 90 something missions. So this was definitely shorter. And you play as Johnny Klebitz, I think his name was, a motorcycle dude, part of the Lost motorcycle gang, and you basically do odd jobs here and there. You do your part for the family, for your biker gang. Yeah, it was short, it was sweet, it was okay. But like I said with GTA 4, I wouldn't mind going back to like these games for streaming. So without further ado, I'm going to put it in the B category. So it's average for me because I liked GTA 4 more because it was more of a meatier game. Let's see, there we go. OCD's kicking in. Yeah, I liked GTA 4 more because it was more meatier. This was kind of like just like a. Yeah, it was just a piece of DLC, and it was just like, here's something to add on to your GTA 4 experience to keep playing this game. There you go. But yeah, it's gonna go average for me. So it just kind of drops the mark a little bit because it didn't have enough of what I really wanted, and it was cool being part of like a biker gang, but I kind of wanted more from that. You know, I wanted. Give me like a GTA game that just has nothing but bikers in it, but like very fleshed out and meaty. Just do that. Right. So this is the last part. This is the last bit of DLC for GTA 4. This is the Ballad of Gay Tony. This came out, if I'm not mistaken, like a year after The Lost and Damned. And oh my god, who'd you play as? Shit. Luis. I think you play as a guy called Luis, who's like the personal assistant for Mr. Tony himself over here, Mr. Gay Tony. This was pretty cool actually, because they kind of stepped up the mark when it came to like the narrative as well, with a lot more like set piecey kind of action as well. I really liked this DLC. And the best part of it as well, there was like the whole nightclub scene as well. I really digged the nightclub scene for this game. You had two nightclubs, Hercules and Studio 9 or something like that. And then like the whole nightclub aspect of that whole DLC was great. You could do dance battles, you could do like, you could park the bus with like a group of people. You could do like the whole champagne room mini game as well. Oh, it was so good. I really, really liked this DLC. This was top, this DLC. The missions were somewhere in the region of about 30, so it was more than Lost and Damned. But I really liked it. So without further ado, I'm going to put it in here. Hell yeah. I'm going to put the Ballad of Gay Tony in the A category. Yeah, that's where it belongs. Definitely. And then like the whole multiplayer aspect, I wasted a lot of hours in the multiplayer aspect for GTA 4. Alright, just checking the time. Yeah, I wasted a lot of time on the online aspect, playing with friends, doing team deathmatch, or just basically free roaming and role-playing. Does anyone remember doing like role-playing back in the day? Oh, so good. Those days were the best. Without a care in the world. Alright, let me just make this a little bit bigger because it wasn't filling up the whole space. Better. Alright, so where are we now? Right, so we've done blah 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 blah. Right. So, Grand Theft Auto 5. This game came out in 2013 originally on the Xbox 360 and PS3. Let that sink in. So yeah, this is almost 10 years old already, this game. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. This game was amazing. It was a groundbreaking, revolutionary friggin' experience. Rockstar definitely upped the ante when it came to this game. Because what did they do before this? I think Red Dead came before this, and that came out in 2010. So like there was like a 3-year gap in between Red Dead and this game, and then there's also like a 5-year gap in between GTA 4 and this game. So they definitely upped the bar for sure, and I really liked this game. This takes place again modern day Los Santos, which is one of the boroughs in San Andreas. We'll get to that game in a minute. Yeah, it was one of the boroughs there. And yeah, so you had Los Santos, and then you had like Blaine County. So you basically had, if you were to go to San Andreas, aspect, you have like Los Santos, and then like the Badlands, which was Blaine County. So it was kind of cool that you had that kind of space. It was good to go back to like a San Andreas kind of like aspect again. Going through Vinewood, dealing with the ballers. It was really, really, really good. Do I have GTA San Andreas? Oh, I do here. Okay, good. I was about to say, I didn't know if I had this on my list. That would have been a bad move. Yeah. So in this one, you play as 3 different protagonists. You have Franklin, which is kind of like your gangster aspect. Your gangster experience of the game. With Lamar and your buddy, oh my god, what's that dog's name? Chomp? I think his name is Chomp or Chop, something like that. And then you go and fight the ballers, you do your bit to, just trying to make a living, being a repo with the cars, I think, with a car repo, I think that's what you did. But yeah, I liked that experience. Then you played as Michael DeSantos, which was kind of like your old man of the game. He was like he basically did like a life of crime before, doing like heists and doing naughty things, and then like he wants to get out of the business, so he does his whole thing. He goes into witness protection or something like that, and he does his thing. Then you play as Trevor, Mr. Og himself. You play as Trevor, which is kind of like a fucking lunatic, psychopathic kind of dude. who just does not give a shit with anything that he does. Again, it's like all these characters are portrayed brilliantly, but I think Trevor definitely steals the show when it comes to the performance, especially with Stephen Ogg, you know, with his performance. Nails it out of the park. And then like all these protagonists meet and they go and do like their whole little crime thing of doing multiple heists and doing odd jobs here and there. Again, amazing campaign. And then online, GTA Online, we'll get to that in a minute. Actually, this is kind of after this. So yeah, from a campaign aspect, I'm gonna do this solely on the campaign because I've split the campaign on and online. I've separated it. So from a campaign point of view, this game was sick, and I spent a lot of hours just, you know, doing odd jobs and trying to do side missions, trying to get all the collectibles and all that. I spent a lot of time in the campaign alone for this game. So I think I'm gonna have to put this in the Take the Cannoli category for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put it here. So yeah, this game got re-released 2 more times. Let me just there we go. Did it do it? There we go. There we go. That'll do. Alright, so yeah, this game got re-released twice. This got released, I don't remember when, on the PS4 and the Xbox One. I think this came out 2015. So GTA 5 was nearing the life cycle of the PS3 and the 360. It was nearing the end of that life cycle. So then they re-released it for like the modern systems, and then they recently re-released it again for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. I bought it, by the way, but it was on discount. It was discounted. But yes, I thoroughly enjoyed this game. Hands down, one of the better experiences in GTA for sure. Definitely. Right, so moving swiftly on to GTA Online. This basically takes the whole everything about the campaign, but it puts it on like an online with everybody else, including your friends, but mainly everybody else, into one package. So this went through a lot of changes over the years. I played this a lot back in the day when this originally came out. If I'm not mistaken, this came out like a year later from the campaign or something like that, because it didn't come out at the same time as the campaign. It was like a year. I want to say it was a year before GTA Online came out. But yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this back in the day. I was playing this constantly. And then they keep adding content with it, and adding content, and adding more content, and adding more content. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. Yeah, they kept adding a shit ton of content. And then, you know, the griefing was fucking insane. The griefing was insane online. So you could be, you know, doing your business, you could go be doing like a mission, or you could be going with your friends to go rob a convenience store just to get some quick cash, or to get some, you know, supplies for like health and all that. And then all of a sudden, you'll see like a tank that's just like watching the convenience store with the barrel pointing at the doors, waiting for you to come out. Fun times. I think the griefing is still going on. I do jump on this from time to time when there's like a new bit of DLC that comes out, like a new piece of content. I will go back to this and like just, you know, see what it's all about. But yeah, they've added nightclubs, fucking a shit ton of heists, the Doomsday heist, which I still need to do, submarines, mobile command centers, bunkers, motorcycle clubs, fucking office blocks, the chance to become a CEO, the chance to do other things, illegal street racing, everything. They just kept piling a lot of content into this online experience, and now I'm kind of thinking, what the hell are they going to do with the future of this? Because with the release of GTA 6 around the corner at some point, are they going to continue supporting this game? Are they going to re-release this game again, but giving you the option to go to, let's say, the airport, and then going to wherever the location is for GTA 6 is, and doing all the business there? You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to basically do with this game? Are they going to kill this off? Are they going to re-release GTA Online 2? Are they going to do GTA World? Who knows? Who knows with this game? But, yeah, so GTA Online, I don't mind it. It's okay. For the time, it was great, so I think I'm going to have to put this in the A category, because I can't give it, like, lower, because I had a fun experience with this game. Just in general with, like, friends, like, doing heists with friends and all that. So I had, like, a great overall experience with the game. The only thing that just kind of hinders it a bit is everything costs a shit ton of money, and the griefing is fucking insane. But apart from that, all is good. But yeah, I kind of wish that the recent release of GTA Online gives you the ability to play with players on Xbox One. That's kind of what I hoped. That's the only thing I hope for as well. But will they do it down the line? I don't think so if they haven't done it like originally. Because I wanted to play this with a couple of my mates, but they haven't upgraded to Series X. They still have the Xbox One. We tried, trying to, join each other online, and we couldn't, because it doesn't support it for some reason, even though you could do Xbox One and 360, I think. I forgot if you could or not. It's been quite some time. Alright, we won't do the definitive editions just yet. Alright, so, Vice City. This game, chef's kiss. So fucking good. It's an 80s setting in Vice City, quote-unquote Miami. The radio was great, setting was great, characters were great, missions were great. The whole buying property aspect of the game, great. Being able to fly helicopters and, ride motorcycles for the first time in Grand Theft Auto, great. What can I say more about this game? This game is sick. And this, for me, touch wood, hands down, is my all-time favorite Grand Theft Auto game. Hands down is my favoritist Grand Theft Auto game to date. I had this game way back in the day, and this was like one of my first PS2 games that I had as well. So I absolutely fell in love with this game right from the get-go, and this kind of gave me my love of 80s music. This was kind of like my introduction into 80s music, and I just kept playing the radio, like different radio stations, and just sitting there in the car, and just being like in a parked spot, because I was being like a good boy when it came to the driving. In some cases, I would just be like in a parked spot and just like listening to the radio. So good. You play as like Tommy Vercetti, who was part of like the a mafia that I think was based in Liberty City, and you go to Vice City to do a deal, and it all goes terribly wrong. So then you have to go find your money again. But as you find your money, you start to get contacts, and you start making money yourself, and you start making like a criminal empire in Vice City for yourself. And your family, your mafia family, do not like that, and they think they want like a piece of the action. They want a slice of what you're making in Vice City. So they come down and try to take some assets of their own. But of course, Tommy Vercetti ain't having that. My god, this game's so good. So good. The assets like the Malibu Club, the film studios, Kaufman Cabs, Printworks, the Boatyard, fucking Checkpoint Charlie. Checkpoint Charlie can go fuck itself. But apart from that, overall, Vice City, so good. So good. And if you want to see like a recent playthrough of this as well, I did do a stream on this, like the whole game of this on stream on the definitive edition. But yeah, like if you want to go check it out, highly recommend it. Of course, I would recommend my own shit. Who do you think I am? Yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna have to put this game here. It's gonna have to go in the Take the Cannoli category. Let me make it a bit bigger because it kind of deserves it. There we go. Damn. There we go. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City is in the S Take the Cannoli category for me. Again, it could be completely different for you, but that's where I'm gonna have to put it. Hands down. Right. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Basically, this is your portable version of Vice City for the PSP. And then and then it got ported to the PS2 a year later. So this game came out 2006 originally, then 2007 on PS2, and I had the PS2 version of this game. And yeah, so basically it's the exact same thing as Vice City. You know, assets and, well, I say assets, but not the actual like property assets. Yeah, the same kind of the whole map. The whole map is completely the same, with a few differences here and there. Characters make a comeback as well, like Lance Vance comes back, and Umberto, he comes back. In this game, you play as Lance's brother, Mr. Vic Vance. I'm trying to remember how this goes, because this game is like a prequel. This is set like 2 years before the events of Vice City. I'm trying to remember how this one goes, because again, this has been quite some time since I've played this version, or like this game entirely. You play as Vic Vance. He is like a military dude, and then something goes wrong, and then you get like not honorably discharged. You just get like discharged from the military, and then you go like make a name for yourself in the criminal world. And then so you go around Vice City doing odd jobs for people, and then you go and take out gang members' like properties. They'll have like houses and towers that you have to go out and take out for yourself. And then once you have them for yourself, you have to upgrade them so they withstand like sieges from other like rival gangs and all that. It was cool. It wasn't that bad. And then the creme de la creme that is in this game, Phil Collins. Phil Collins was in this game, and that again was the birth of my whole Phil Collins, thing for music. As like an artist, I love Phil Collins' music because this game introduced it to me. So Phil Collins basically is Phil Collins in this, and he wants security for his gig that he performs at the stadium. So you have to keep him protected, because there's people like on top. You're basically on top of the stage, and like there's people above you as well, and you have to try and take them out before they take out Phil Collins. And as he's doing that, he's performing in the air tonight. And then once you've done that, you get a whole full-blown cutscene of just Phil Collins performing in the air tonight, and you're just watching it. And like you can go back and just watch it anytime you want after that point. So good! So good! But yeah, I mean, it was top notch. But I'm gonna have to put it in the A category. Or no, I'm gonna put this in the fucking S category. Hell yeah. Definitely put it in the S category, because I do remember some aspects of the story. I remember some of the characters and some of the different things that happened in the story. Unlike, where is it? Liberty City Stories. I don't remember the story all that much, but Vice City Stories, I remember it quite well as well. For being a 16-year-old game, I still remember it quite well. Right, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys. So, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This game came out 2004, so this is 18 years old. Whoa, holy shit. Yeah, this is 18 years old. And this at the time was groundbreaking as well, because the level of detail and the level scale, the scale of this game was incredible. So you play as CJ Carl Johnson in 1992, San Andreas, excuse me. And with this game, you have basically 4 boroughs, or like 4 very different districts. So you had Los Santos, which was your version of Los Angeles. You had Blaine County, which was just basically like a country, American country-esque area. You had San Fierro, which was like San Francisco, and then you had Las Venturas, which was Las Vegas. So completely all different boroughs. It was kind of like playing like your own game 4 different times. The game was huge. This game was massive, like in the scale of story. You basically go from like, you know, a gangbanger, you know, dealing with the ballers, and then, you know, one thing leads to another. Like, you do odd jobs here and there, one thing leads to another, and then you go to Blaine County, kind of going into hiding, but you're kind of grabbing money, you're kind of making like a name for yourself, kind of get some money together. And then as soon as you got like enough money, you go to San Fierro, you open up like your own shop business, your own garage and all that. And you do more odd jobs here and there, you get more and more money, and you get more and more contacts, and then you get a contact that says like, oh, he's opening a casino in Las Venturas, and he wants you to be part of his venture as well. So you go to Las Venturas, you do a few more odd jobs, but then you're kind of missing home a bit. You're kind of missing home, and you feel like it's time to go home, so then you go back to Los Santos. So you're basically doing a clockwise motion in the map. You go back to Los Santos, and you basically do the remaining fourth of the game or something like that. It's great. Loved this game, and again, I've done this on stream as well, but again, the definitive edition of this game as well. So if you want to go check it out, by all means. But yeah, like overall, this game was amazing. Like the different mini games you could do, you know, playing pool, doing the arcade. And also, you know, being able to swim as well. Being able to swim in a Grand Theft Auto game at this time as well was groundbreaking. It was mind-blowing back in the day. Being able to ride BMX bikes as well. Now you had gambling, and like gang war territory stuff as well. It was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. 10 out of 10. Would play again. Probably. Maybe. No, I love this game. It was great. So yeah, it's gonna have to go into the take the cannoli, you know, tier. But if there was like a tier above this, I would definitely put Vice City like up here. This would be like heavenly, godlike, don't touch me, invincible modes up here, for sure. But yeah, that's currently how that stands. I dig it. Right, so now we move on. Oh boy, we move on to these 3 games. So, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the Definitive Edition. So, the Definitive Editions of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas came out last year. Was it last year or the year before? I don't know, because like last year and the year before, they kind of blend into one. I kind of forgotten. I think this came out last year, towards the end of last year, I think. I'm pretty sure it did. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about these 3 games, because I pre-ordered these games because I felt like it was going to be a great time. Don't get me wrong, I still had a very good time with these 3 games. Your opinions might have changed. You might be like, oh, I pre-ordered this game. These games were a piece of shit, and I uninstalled these games right from the get-go, and I didn't even play these games. That could be you. But I played these 3 games on stream, so I've done the entire Definitive Edition trilogy, and I played these games before they were fixed, or fixed enough. So in GTA 3, you had Milky Rain. And in Vice City, there are some instances in missions where, let's say, in Copland, like you're with Lance and you go to the mall and you have to plant a bomb. As soon as I go to the mall and go through and go through the doors to the interior of the mall, Lance will just die. Lance will just die. So what you have to do is you have to go like on the other side of the mall, and you know, go like a different way, and he won't die. So, you know, in some cases, like, there are some really game-breaking shit, glitches galore and all that. Definitely a cash grab. Definitely a cash grab on players' nostalgia for these three games. If they had better time with developing these games, it would have been sick. Like, I remember seeing, like, Unreal Engine 5 versions of these three games. Like, someone made, like, a concept trailer of, like, these three games in Unreal Engine 5. Can we have that, please? But with the narratives of, like, these three games, but just give us Unreal Engine 5, please? Is that too much to ask? Please? But, yeah, and then you can't really call these definitive editions either, because you scrape back a few gameplay elements and radio stations and music. You can't call them definitive editions if you do that. So, like, take for instance, for Vice City, I'm going on a bit of a rant, but it's justified though. For instance, Vice City, on the radio, there is no sign of Michael Jackson at all. The original Vice City, you had Billie Jean, you had you want to be starting something like that. You had those, and you had like other pieces of radio and music and all that completely got scrapped from this game. Well, not really completely scrapped. I mean, they're still in the files. They're like in the gameplay files, but they kind of turned them off. They're there, but they turned them off. Why you do this, Rockstar? For God's sake! But, oh man, I kind of want to love these games. I mean, I'm still playing these games till this day. Don't get me wrong, I'm still playing these games to this day, because now they kind of fixed them better. They made them better, like, gameplay-wise and all that, so they've made it way better. I played the vanilla versions of these games, so if you want to go see a live stream of GTA 3 with Milky Rain, constant Milky Rain, go and check that out. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, I still play these games. I'm still trying to bust out achievements and all that, trying to do my best to get as many achievements as I can in it. But, yeah, I mean, I want to love these games, but I can't because of just how poorly conceived they were and poorly done. Definite cash grab on players' nostalgia, and it sucks major donkey bollocks. Just make you a bit bigger. There we go. But yeah, Vice City again. I mean, it's kind of like it's near enough the same game, but you're missing radio stations and pieces of music. And when I played it as well, like vanilla, I don't know. It was great playing Vice City again, but it was just missing that spark that I had with the original, you know? So it kind of just goes down. It goes down a tier. Just goes down a tier. Right. The definitive edition for San Andreas. I think it's either San Andreas or GTA 3 that this was the buggiest. It was one or the other. But yeah, San Andreas, this game wasn't too bad. Again, like the definitive editions of these games were basically the same game that you got originally, but we're going to strip back a few songs, a few pieces of music, and we're going to tweak the gameplay a little bit. So for instance, in these games, like the targeting system is different. So yeah, I mean the targeting system was different because they tried to borrow the targeting system from GTA 5. So you had like the whole reticle system, and like you could aim anywhere on the body. But sometimes that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. So sometimes I went back to classic, especially in San Andreas. I went to classic in some instances because it just was better. But in some cases as well, I went back to like free aim with the reticle and all that. Especially with like the silent, the stealth missions. Sorry, especially with the stealth missions in this, I went back to like the whole reticle system because I wanted to aim for their head so they would die instantly. But yeah, again, the exact same game, but stripped down. Yeah, like stripped down, things and all that, just a bit stripped down. But without further ado, I'm gonna have to put this here in the A category. But yeah, oh shit, no, there we go, there we go, there we go. Oh god, there we go. Yeah, so again, it's gonna have to go down just one tier because it's the exact same game, but you're just missing the spark and a few elements that made the original fucking amazing. But yeah, so it goes in the A category for me. All right, the last game on this tier list. Right, so Grand Theft Auto 3, the Definitive Edition. This was the first game I played in the Definitive Edition for stream. I didn't play this game in my own time beforehand. I basically, as soon as this game came out, I went live straight away and started streaming the Definitive Edition. I started streaming it. This game was a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. This game was a tad weird. Because again, I played the vanilla version of this game, so it was missing aspects and it was very glitchy. There was a lot more glitches in this game than I think compared to Vice City and San Andreas versions, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, the whole thing about the Milky Rain. Oh my god. In my playthrough of this game, I had nothing but Milky Rain in this playthrough of mine. Nothing but Milky Rain. Basically, when I say Milky Rain, it's basically, instead of having rain which is like see-through and you can see where you're going, Milky Rain was like almost solid white streaks of rain, and it was very hard to see and just very, very hard to get like a sense of where you're going or where you're shooting or where you're driving to with a time limit, I had Milky Rain. I think from that point on, they've actually fixed the Milky Rain. I have yet to go back and check because I need to do like the whole side missions and all that with this game. Yeah, it's oh my god. Again, I didn't mind these three games because it was nostalgia driven for me. I think it's because like I had the nostalgia goggles. I had the nostalgia goggles on whilst I was playing these games. I was using my love of like these three games to get me through the definitive editions for these games. GTA 3 was a bit of a challenge because I had never beaten GTA 3 in my life. This was kind of like the first time I did it was on stream. That was the first time I beat this game in my whole life, was on stream. So this was very difficult, especially getting towards the latter stages of the game. But that on top of Milky Rain, oh boy, this was a challenge, not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, oh god, I mean, so the original GTA 3 is in the A category. I don't know, this is gonna go in the B category for me. Hands diggity down. There we go. Yeah, it'll go there. I'm happy with that list. Oh yeah, can I just move that just a little bit? Just a little bit. Boom. There we go. Hell yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Boom. There we go. So we got 18 Grand Theft Auto games on this list. How long have we been going for? Oh, shit. I think I may have rambled on for just a little bit. I may have rambled on just a little bit. What? Again, my memories, my opinions, they could all change. So that is my list of GTA games. I don't think I've missed any. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I think that's everything in the past 25 years. of Grand Theft Auto. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, so your list could completely change. I'd love to hear I'd love to hear your opinions and your lists down below as well. And if you've got any suggestions for like some future ultimate lists you'd like to see, go ahead and list them down below as well. But yes, that's my S category. Take the cannoli. You got GTA 5, Vice City Stories, and San Andreas. And then again, like I haven't played like 2 games, which is great. I've played the majority of like all these games, which is fantastic. But yes, guys, that's where I'm going to have to cut it for this tier list. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. If you have, go ahead and subscribe, and also ring that bell to stay notified when I go live or when I do post a video. And like I said before, I'd love to hear all of your opinions, your fucking tier lists down below as well, and any suggestions as well. Feel free. That's gonna have to cut it from me. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If you've watched the entire thing, thank you all so much. Catch you later in my next video, stream, whatever's. Ring that bell. Ring that bell. Catch you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good night.